In this video we'll contrast the two different methods that are available for displaying pop-up content in a UX component. So you can see here that we have a button. Here we have two buttons on this UX component, and the first button is going to use Action Javascript to open a pop-up Ajax window. And if we go and look at our definition of this action, we can see that the window is defined over here. It's a modal pop-up window, and we've set that specified that the window is going to display the contents of a container. So the various options here would be an Ajax callback, etc. But in this particular case, we've chosen contents of a container, and then we specified container number 2. Then if we go look at the UX component, we can see that container number 2 contains a list control, and the list control has been configured over here as a columnar list control. So when we go ahead and we run the component here, we can see that when we press the button, the window opens up, the list control is displayed, but the list control is a mess because it hasn't yet been refreshed. So I have a button here that I can press to manually refresh this the list. So when I click this button, the list gets refreshed, and now it displays as we would like. And if we go look at the code on this button, we can see that what the button is doing is just simply getting a pointer to the list and then calling the refresh method on the list. So ideally what I would have had to do is go to this button, which opens up the window, and then go to edit actions, and then in the window event, in the on before show or the on show event, I would have had to put in the code that refreshed the list. On the other hand, if I look at this container over here, which contains also a list control, the exact same structure of the list as this list over here, I can see that this particular container here has been configured as a window container, and this button over here just simply uses the Action JavaScript action to show a container window. So this is using the second method for showing content in a pop-up window. And if I look at this window here, you can see there's no options. It's a very simple action. But when I go ahead and I run the button, the list looks correct, so I didn't have to go and manually refresh it. So the key difference here between displaying pop-up content using the window container method versus the Action JavaScript method to display a pop-up window is that any lists, spin lists, maps, etc. that are in window containers get automatically refreshed when the window is opened, so that you don't have to go and write that code yourself. So this technique here is actually a superior technique when you're displaying content such as lists, maps, spin lists, etc. Any type of control that needs to be rendered if it's initially hidden and then only displayed in a pop-up window. Thanks very much for watching.